And now we have the opportunity to move into even more recognitions as we talk about the A+ Awards. The A+ Awards are presented twice during each school year, once in the fall and once in the spring, to employees who distinguish themselves through a single or ongoing demonstration of exemplary performance. The selection committee's decision is guided by evaluating how each nominee's actions demonstrate support of the district's mission statement, which is to prepare students to contribute to the competitive and changing world in which we live, a willingness to go above and beyond normal expectations in support of students, and behavior consistent with one or more of the district's values, including respect, inclusiveness, community, communication, collaboration, innovation, nurturing, trust, and accountability. And we will begin this evening with Hanby Elementary and teacher Beth Dalen. Beth? Beth was nominated by parents Jessie Chen and Ashley Salter. The following comments were shared in the nomination from Jessie Chen. Mrs. Dalen tries to equip her students with a global vision. She integrated the Asian culture, especially Japanese culture, into the curriculum through her everyday teaching, special events, student group projects, and field trips. This inspires students to introduce their culture to the class. My daughter was encouraged and enjoyed to present Chinese New Year and Moon Festival to her class and other classes inviting her. We are living in a global village and diverse world. Kids who are open-minded and have global vision will fly higher and make this world better. Mrs. Dalen also has the magic of motivating the kids to go above and beyond. She is so dedicated to help her students to learn more in a fun way. With Mrs. Dalen, I saw my daughter was booming. I can imagine other kids also. I really appreciate Mrs. Dalen, and she is no doubt an A+ teacher in WCS. I wish we have more teachers like her. And Ashley Salter writes in her nomination, Mrs. Dalen has made a lasting impact on my child and most likely all the children she has taught over her career. As parents, we hear how important reading is for our children. However, we also know the struggles to instill this in our child. I thank the powers that be for placing my child with Mrs. Dalen this year. She has ignited the fire to read by matching her ability and interests. She has also provided the books out of her vast personal classroom library. Reading is only one lesson she has instilled in the children she teaches. She also shares her love of travel, history, and culture. We learn something new every day via the Dalen classroom. Mrs. Dalen is a one-of-a-kind educator. I am forever grateful we were able to have her teach our daughter in her last year before retirement. Thank you for preparing our future generations to be successful and thoughtful individuals. Thank you, Beth.
Congratulations. Staying with Hanby Elementary, our next A+ award goes to Intervention Specialist Megan Hedges. Congratulations. Megan was nominated by coworker Francesca Yario, who wrote, Megan is incredibly warm, caring, and empathetic and kind. She always gives her students all of her time and more. Often she takes lunch with students, forgoing her own lunch hour. She cares about all students, even those not assigned to her. Her classroom is a safe haven for so many of the students at the school. She always has the time of day to make everyone feel special and cared for. She goes above and beyond what her job requires. She has the ability to work with parents and staff to support her students, and she's such a special person. As her coworker, I've personally seen her calm and teach students to help them through a tough day. Always professional, always giving of her time. She is truly a stellar employee and a superstar at what she does. She should definitely be recognized for her work. So thank you so much, Megan. Thank you.
We have another A-plus award winner from Hanby this evening, teacher Brooke Smith. Brooke? Brooke was nominated by coworker Kathy Montero. Kathy's nomination begins with this simple message: Brooke is amazing. She goes on to add that Brooke has her hand in so many aspects of our school, I don't know how she sleeps. She is an excellent first grade teacher. As a reading teacher, I'm in all of the classrooms regularly picking up my kids. Her students are always on task and working quietly. She is always working with a small group of students. She attends all of the PTA meetings and keeps the faculty informed. She is also a WEA faculty representative at large, which requires her to be at 2 meetings a month, plus the work she does to represent us. Brooke worked tirelessly on our very first literacy night. She had 2 main functions. She came up with a computer-based fluency and fitness station in the gym, and she ran a tech session for parents so that they could learn how to log on and use the various district apps like Lexia and iReady. She was my go-to person for all things tech-related for the literacy night, like putting together surveys and communicating with families. She serves on our building leadership team. Brooke is a Bridges math facilitator. I often find her working away after hours. She collaborates well with other teachers and never seems bothered or put out by our interruptions in her after-school work. She has 2 young boys at home. I honestly don't know how she does it all, and with a smile on her face, Brooke Smith is an A-plus educator.
Wonderful. And moving on now to McVeigh Elementary, we have teacher Brandy Hessness. Brandy, come on up. Brandy was nominated by parents Paige Mize and Raven Johnson. Congratulations. Thank you for being here. Paige writes that Brandy goes above and beyond caring for our students, which made the transition so much easier with a teacher like her. She's amazing and puts so much joy in working with the little ones, and that takes a truly special person, so thank you for that. Raven adds, Brandy's communication skills are amazing. One of the best teachers I've ever experienced for my child. Brandy is always attentive and understanding towards parents and the children. My son has learned so much, there are lots of O's there, because of her. Brandy is an all-around amazing person, so thank you and congratulations, Brandy.
And again, from McVeigh Elementary, EL teacher Heather Lewis. Heather? Heather was nominated by co-worker Evan McIntyre and parent and co-worker Kate Baldwin. Evan McIntyre writes in part, Heather Lewis demonstrates her commitment to the students' well-being and development by ensuring their preparedness to perform at a level where they can quickly integrate into their environment by achieving the communication skills necessary to succeed. Heather works diligently with each student, demonstrating compassion, patience, and kindness. She provides her students with a welcoming and inclusive environment that makes them feel respected, safe, and valued. Heather is always looking for innovative educational tools and opportunities to enhance the students' learning process and progress. Heather also provides numerous opportunities and unique learning experiences, like a yoga class, for the students at McVeigh, both during and outside the school day. She also provides essential support to the music department by assisting during, before, and after school with the 5th grade musicals and the 85-member student choir. She goes above and beyond to assist students in practicing their lines, rehearsing their songs, helping with props, makeup, publicity, and assisting in any way possible to support the students and staff in ensuring the success of their performances. Most recently, Heather launched an after-school Girls on the Run program for McVeigh Elementary students. These are just some of the examples of how passionate Heather is about our community and providing fabulous opportunities for the students. Heather Lewis is an extremely valued staff member and team player who's always there to help others and to contribute to the development and success of all students and faculty, and deserves to be recognized for her everyday, exemplary A-plus performance. Thank you for your consideration of Heather Lewis to receive the A-plus Performance Award for Spring 2024. And Kate Baldwin writes, "My kids aren't English learners, but they still know who Mrs. Lewis is because of how involved she is at McVeigh. When my 5th grader was in the musical Moana, it was fun to see Heather out there pushing the boat around and getting involved in an after-school event. On a professional level, I work with Heather and always appreciate the attention to detail that she puts in. Whether she's reading a book to my kids at Spooky Reads Night or coordinating an organized and efficient parent-teacher conference with multiple families and interpreters, I appreciate the effort Heather puts in for all of the students at McVeigh." And we will make sure that she gets her awards.
Also from McVeigh Elementary, I'd like to invite up Sarah Shepard. Sarah was nominated by parent Bethany Scheck, and Bethany shares, let me put these on so I can get this right, that in addition to keeping a peaceful and respectful classroom, Mrs. Shepard is always trying to teach the children practices that will help them in real life. One time in particular, as the children had been learning about checking the reliability of a source, Mrs. Shepard used an unexpected email as a life lesson. She'd received a scam email and took the opportunity to teach the children about the dangers of trusting everything you read on the internet. They called the scammer and learned that some sources will lie and try to deceive you, to take advantage of you. We thank her for using unplanned experiences to teach our kids about life. So thank you and congratulations, Sarah. Thank you.
And next we'll recognize McVeigh teacher Mandy Walker. Mandy? Mandy was nominated by parent Samantha Manders. Samantha states in her nomination that Mandy Walker has done everything possible to support my son in being comfortable and successful at school. He gets distracted and overwhelmed easily, and Ms. Walker talked to him about what would help. They decided to move him to a singular desk versus a group table. He also gets headphones to wear during crowded events. She also discussed with us the option of a school counselor for him, which he's been working with since December. He has made huge strides since all of these changes have been in place. He gets recognized often as having good behavior at school, and I've noticed a big improvement in his handwriting and attention span, and he generally looks forward to school a lot more most days. Managing a classroom of 25 kindergartners is a ton of work, and I am so thankful to Ms. Walker for doing everything she can to support my son.
Next, we have from Genoa Middle School, Assistant Principal Stephen Smalley, nominated by parent Molly Frizzell. Congratulations. And so Molly begins her nomination by sharing that she has had 3 children so far at Genoa and feels like they are supported and safe with Mr. Smalley in command. Her nomination continues. All 3 have given testimony of Mr. Smalley consistently working with students to make them feel included and part of the school's community. I myself have worked several school events with the PTSA and have found Mr. Smalley to be a great example of a role model and dedicated assistant principal. He goes above and beyond his titles to support the district's mission to prepare students to contribute to the competitive and changing world in which we live. Mr. Smalley is able to lead in a way that the kids learn that they can be respectful and still have fun at school. Specifically, you see Mr. Smalley in the lunchroom daily. He's never afraid to lend a hand, whether it be helping with food service cleanup or helping a student with math homework. His tall, lean stature may be intimidating at first. However, once the students get to know Mr. Smalley, they quickly see he's trustworthy and gives great guidance in many situations. Mr. Smalley has a big heart and will go above and beyond to make sure students aren't being bullied. He will also make sure the bully is held accountable and understands this behavior won't be tolerated. All of my boys that have had Mr. Smalley have had great regard for his character and would agree he gets an A+ for the amazing work he does. So thank you so much. Thank you.
And next, we'll recognize Intervention Specialist Sarah Devaney from Minerva Park Middle School. Sarah was nominated by student Erica Lotz. And Erica writes, I am nominating my intervention specialist, Ms. Devaney, because she helps all the kids out, regardless of race, sexual orientation, or religion. I am always appreciative of how kind, helpful, supportive, and encouraging she is to me every day. I deal with bullying and am blessed by the fact that she is always finding ways to keep me positive, feeling a sense of self-worth, and treats me as a valuable and important part of my school. She looks out for me and is a huge supporter of my academic growth that I have experienced, and I feel she is most deserving of this A+ award for the spring semester. I would not have achieved the growth I have achieved this year in my IEP and academics without her support. Thank you, Ms. Devaney, for looking out not only for me, but all my classmates at Minerva Park Middle School, and always exhibiting above and beyond the qualities the Westerville School District is known for.
And next we have from Walnut Springs Middle School, the 6th grade team of teachers that includes Amber Ferguson, Jeffrey Holmes, Maria Swanson, and Pete Wegley. Can you please come up? And congratulations. They are nominated by parent Heather Ivory. And Heather's nomination reads in part, my 6th grade daughter gets the privilege of being on this team of teachers at Walnut Springs Middle School. Our first experience with this team of teachers was their curriculum night. They demonstrated how solid they are as a team while hosting a joint curriculum night in which they described the year and how they worked together. It was evident from that moment that my daughter was in good hands. My favorite part was that I left the meeting feeling like the transition to middle school was going to be great. My daughter was going to be challenged, supported, and learn in a fun environment. Each week, they also have a PAC meeting where the entire team of students comes together. PAC awards are given for being, and these are some of the qualities that they award: persevere, accountable, courageous, and kind, as well as birthday cards for the students. This is such a great way to build trust and community. Their willingness to go above and beyond to keep kids engaged in their learning while also keeping it challenging is no easy task. Some examples of them being innovative in their lessons is the snowplow project. Students were challenged to collaborate with their peers and use math concepts to design their snowplows. Even more amazing, they actually got to put their plans on the snowplow. These were displayed in front of the school. Imagine how proud the students felt as they walked past those each day. And most recently, they completed a project for Black History Night. As a mama of 3 Black daughters, I fully appreciate seeing my daughter create a project for this event. They also read articles on the benefits of recess and offered evidence to change recess in middle school. I'm certain I'm missing some of the amazing things this team does each day, but I do know the impact they've made on my daughter. She loves going to school and has learned how to advocate for herself and to be accountable for her learning. This has been made possible because of the nurturing environment her teachers have created. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Our final A+ award this evening goes to South High School teacher Adam Pope. Adam was nominated by co-worker Lauren Sefton. In her nomination, Lauren declares that she could write a novel about the things that Adam does for all of his students, but in particular, the things he does for this group of students who need so much support. She continues, with no formal training himself, these are just some of the things Adam does. He translates all of his own documents into Arabic, French, and Spanish, which are the current languages spoken by some of the students in his class. It's not uncommon for me to receive a text from him on the weekends to brainstorm an idea or a way to make a concept or a text more accessible for all students, and then, in turn, his emerging populations. He stops by my room to do the same thing. Since he teaches physical science, bio, and I teach chem and anatomy, our content vertically aligns. He will often ask, what do they need to know to succeed at the next level when planning his lessons and activities? Adam also keeps his phone open to Google Translate so that as he speaks, it translates his words for the students who don't understand spoken English but can read their primary language. He will switch between Spanish and any other language they need and go back over ideas as many times as needed so that all students get what they need. He does this in a full classroom with 30 students. He somehow makes sure in that time that every student, emerging or not, is on pace and understanding. This requires an amazing amount of observational skills and brain power. His students respect him, they love his class, and they get work done. They are learning, they are engaged, and they are learning not only English but also science terminology. They are all being prepared for state tests and their future. He sets the standard, and they respond in kind. The A+ award is about going above and beyond. It's about the district mission statement. It's about Portrait of a Graduate. Adam is doing all of those things. I am proud to know him and proud to work with him. Congratulations. Now, before you all decide to leave and not stay for the rest of our meeting, I want you to know that all of our award winners will be having a picture taken out in the lobby. And see Charlie Boss out there, back there raising her hand? Follow the woman in the red shirt. And before you go, let's give everyone one more round of applause.